Hello, Highlanders. It's Chad with Highlander Assault. Happy New Year. We're on tonight just to go over a little bit of what 2025 has in store. I'm going to go ahead and bring on a few of our Highlander clan. We'll go ahead and we will start with our special friend. We'll bring in Irish Matt. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing? Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year to you, man. You're looking very European today.
Yeah, well, I am European.
Oh, that's true.
European also. European in the arse.
You're so funny. All right, we'll go ahead and bring in our next special guest host tonight.
Like what? Oh, that's Racemeister.
That was the what song was that? March of the Stormtrooper.
Nice.
All right,
Nice.
so we got one more here. We have a special guest. He's been on before. We'll go ahead and bring in.
Oh, lovely. What's the Scottish, is it?
Dang it.
He's got it now. We got our boy Jason. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Happy New Year, lad.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
So we all took some time out tonight just so that we can go through a little bit about 2025. We're real excited about this year. Some changes at Highlander Assault. Some of those being that we have two new owners, Jason being one of those. Congratulations, Jason.
Thank you, guys.
And then we also have Ryan Seifert. You may
Never heard of him.
Yeah, you may know him as the Fearless Fireman or the Guinness Book of World Record holder for the Burpee Mile. Also an American Ninja Warrior and coach at Ultifit. Before we get started, Jason, why don't you go ahead and just tell us, how did you get started into OCR?
I was racing mountain bikes, actually, and then I just kind of started searching out and seeing ads on social medias and decided to sign up for one. The first one was supposed to be Abominable Snow Race, but it was a COVID year and got canceled right like the day before or something.
Yeah.
So the following year, I signed up for it again, and it's been nonstop since then.
Very cool. Very cool. And then loved it so much you thought you'd get hooked into owning an OCR as well. So we're glad to
sounds like a fun adventure.
Awesome. So if you guys did Haunted Highlander, Jason was a big part in that. He's into the creepy horror movie kind of genre, and he loves Halloween. So he's going to be kind of our lead on Haunted. Ryan is going to be kind of our obstacle guru, help us kind of think of new ideas, keep it fresh, keep it, get some of those ninja ideas in. Of course, Matt is our race director, so he'll be working with those guys on those things.
If we're like the A team, I'm like the face.
Yeah.
I just sit back and look pretty, And Jason, he's like B.A. Baracus. Who are you? You're like the guy that smokes the cigar. Trish is the good-looking one.
Who was the crazy one? Was that Murdoch?
Yeah, that has to be Ryan, because he does the Burpee Mile, right? It all fits.
Right. He is very crazy.
Yeah.
So our new owners, Jason, Ryan. We also have Trish as an owner, volunteer coordinator, vital part of the crew. Irish Matt, myself, and then Lloyd Howen, our safety director. He is working early AM tomorrow at the police station. So who knows where he's at, but we love having him aboard as well. So we'll go ahead and get into it. First of all, let's talk a little bit about this. You may have seen the OCR Buddy Community Choice Awards. We've posted that. It's on our Facebook page. There's a link. If you go to that, it's worldwide. So it's covering obstacle races worldwide. This year is very unique. The Midwest is nominated for a ton of different categories. So the Midwest races, you can go to our Facebook page, look for the OCR Buddy post that we did, or you can go to OCR Buddy on Facebook and click on their link to vote. Why is that important? Number one, it brings awareness to not only just the Midwest and the great OCRs that we have out here, but for us in particular, it brings us more into the mainstream with racers and sponsors so that they can see how well done Highlander Assault is and come aboard and help us, the sponsors for funding the racers. The more racers, obviously, the more money to put back into obstacles and things like that. So the more votes that you can get in, the more that helps us to bring awareness to Highlander Assault. Now, when you vote, there's different categories. If you're uncomfortable voting for one category because you don't know any of those races, you can either look them up and see what you think is cool, or you can simply skip that category. So if you just want to go on there and just vote for the Highlander tab, that's fine. We do encourage you to kind of pick up some of those other Midwest OCRs, like Midwest OCR, War X, Abominable Snow Race, and some of the others. So go ahead and check those out. You can vote once a day. So that's through January 10th. If you feel like you want to vote for us a couple times, we appreciate it. We highly encourage it. So we'd love to earn that. OCR Buddy is a great app. What it is it helps you find OCRs near you by date. You can select by region. And they also highlight. So we're glad to have them. Really glad that Russ put this together. Great guy. But if you have the time, go ahead, put your vote in. Again, you can do it once a day.
Hey, Chad.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to say as well, when I went down through the list, I wasn't familiar with a lot of the things or a lot of the people. So it's a good opportunity for people to actually look in and find out who these people are and get involved and recognize how much they are involved with our community. So there was a couple of names out there that I wasn't familiar with. And there's a couple of events that I wasn't familiar with. So if you're not sure and you don't want to vote for them, open up a new page, have a look, see what those events are all about and go at it that way, because there's a couple of cool ones. Obviously, War X is out there, so I would encourage anyone in their right state of mind to vote for War X too. They've got a lot of categories as well, but first and foremost, vote for us. But there's a great few categories that people can look into, and I think that's very important to say.
Right, and we're up against a lot of East Coast races, series. So the category that we're in is Best Small Race Series, meaning 2 to 10 races a year. So we're doing usually 2 or 3, so we fit in that category. But East Coast has a lot of population, so the more votes that we can get from you guys, the better. Again, it'll bring awareness to the Midwest and to Highlander Assault. That being said, we're rolling into 2025. Can barely say it. Probably end up screwing up writing it down at work too. I'll keep putting 2024. But as you've all seen, we have Highlander Assault. It's registration's open. A little early this year. We're going to do May 3rd. So we hope to have you out. We're not doing the Siege event this year. We split some things up. However, when you register for Highlander, we do have Highlander Assault in the morning. What we did was we condensed the times more like Dark Ages, more like you saw in Siege, where they were every 15 minutes instead of a half an hour. So we can fit more in the morning, so you get some of those premium times to run. And then in the afternoon, we will have Family Frenzy. So you can sign up in the morning for Highlander Assault and then get out there with your family and enjoy a great family event, bonding event with Family Frenzy. So your chance to get 2 races in all in one day. Family Frenzy, again, will be the 2 mile. And then Highlander Assault, you'll have the 4 mile, you'll have the 8 mile, and then you'll have the King Arthur's Challenge. Due to popular demand, we're bringing King Arthur's Challenge back to its original format. So it's going to be the 26.2 miles. First person to complete the 26.2 with all obstacles will be the king or the queen. So we're excited about that.
Lovely.
You may have seen that Dark Ages is not out yet. There's a date on there, but that's going to be changed due to some workarounds with people's schedules on our team. So that's probably going to be either early August or the first week in September. Once we get that settled here in the next couple of weeks, we'll have that registration open. We're still tweaking what we want to do. We may go to a unlimited laps for the endurance format like we normally do, or we may do an overnight. So we're still kind of looking into those things. We'll get that out as soon as possible. You haven't heard us talk much about Haunted Highlander. That is, for now, that's in the works. So Jason would probably just leave us if we didn't do another Haunted. So we'll get on that. But we wanted to make sure that we have everything set up before we start putting those out and having the registrations. And then we'll have the 12 Days of Christmas Challenge again. Those of you that did complete the 12 days, get your forms into us so that we can vote on the best charitable giving portion of that. So if you do win that, then you will receive a gift pack from Highlander Assault, just for your extra efforts in helping out others. So we look forward to seeing those. And then we'll get that 12 days up here earlier for the next year so that more of you can join in. That being said, do you guys have anything as far as what you look forward to for 2025?
I'm just looking forward to getting back outside and doing some of these races.
I've already spoke to Danny O'Shea, and we've already planned a couple of events. The big one that we're going to do is that one out in Arizona on the Nation. What do you call that? Help me out there,
Horseshoe
Jesus.
Horseshoe
Like
Bend.
the horseshoe bend or something like that.
Yeah, I did that last year. So that kind of was the catalyst for me to say that 2025 is going to be a year of doing very little Tough Mudder and Spartan and a lot more of local OCRs in each state. I already bought a map, and my daughter and I have put the map up, and we're going to pinpoint every OCR that we're doing in each state. It's a local one, and we're going to go around, and I urge everybody to just support local OCRs, not in your own state. Maybe there could be Midwest local states, whatever, or if you can go to the East Coast, the West Coast, whatever, or even further afield if you want to go international, that's cool too. But my thing for 2025 is to really just start hitting local OCRs and keeping this, keeping what we're doing alive, and keeping this fine thing alive. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to hit as many local OCRs as I can.
Yeah, and you know what? Keep me in the loop on the Horseshoe Bend. Now that I'm off on weekends, I'd like to go to that one as well.
You'll enjoy it, Chad. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
Another one that Lloyd and I had been talking about is out in Iowa called Gladiator Assault Challenge.
Oh, yes.
That was one that he and I did together for the first time.
Did you hold each other's hands?
We did. It was up. Actually, he and his wife ran it and had a great time in Wisconsin, but now they're out in Iowa. So we'd like to get back to it's like the old school, kind of like Highlander was built on with the old big clunky wooden obstacles, like 30-foot long monkey bars, things like that. So
tire flips, all the heavy stuff too, was it?
Yeah, there was a lot of rigs, but they had stuff where you did fall into water, things like that, a lot of hill climbs. So if you like those kind of Warwick style hill climbs, that's one of those ones that you want to do. So that's what, we're looking forward to that as well as getting out to those. You will see Highlander Assault at these events like Abominable Snow Race. We do have a new promo tent. It's kind of a gray color. You won't be able to miss it. We will have that out, and then we'll also have a team tent. So you'll see two different tents. You'll be able to tell the difference because the team tent will be just loaded with people. But come by, see our promo tent. We'll have the big screen TV up with race videos, things like that. And then we'll go from there. I'm just looking at the comments as I'm talking.
Chad, it's important that you said that because what we're going to do this year moving forward as a team is this. We're going to have the team tent, and that's going to be a separate entity. So the team tent is going to be off in the corner, and all the lads and lassies are going to be there, and they're going to be together. We're going to be setting up, and then we're going to have the Highlander Assault tent, which is going to be our business front, our shop window, so to speak. And people are going to come up and learn about the Highlander Assault because we found through trial and error that we had our team and the Highlander all together, and people are coming in, and it's kind of got a bit befuddled, I suppose, to use a better word. Yeah.
Well, it was confusing. Is this a team or is this an event? So we'll go back to the roots and have just the promotional tent, and then the racers can have a place to chill out as well. and hang. And then, you know, the people that are working the promotion can go take a break and hang out with the team too. So
Yeah, so
I
that's a
like the
great
idea. Yeah. So we'll have that. So Diana says we can't have our race on 9/6 because there's a race in Pennsylvania called Barber Beast on the Bay in Erie, Pennsylvania. That's another one that I really would like to do at
Would
some
like to do
point.
that. I love Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's always been one of those races that fell like within a week or so of ours. So if we can move ours up early August, then we might be able to hit that one as
Is
well.
Diana not doing a pole dancing competition that night? She won't be able to make it either.
Well, she's going to be at that race. So she says too that the Gladiator Assault in 2024 was at a ski resort.
With manure pits? Diana, come on.
And manure pits. Okay. Very cool. Can't wait
Human
to drink
manure
that
or what sort of manure? I'm interested now. That's different. In 2024, Gladiator Assault was all ski hills and manure pits.
Yeah, I see that. She said also, I didn't see this, but she says that we took top 4 spots of OCR's greatest 2024 contest by Trio Fitness. So we'll have to look that up. If that's the case, that's amazing. That's awesome.
Great bunch of lads, Trio Fitness.
Yeah, so that's very cool. Can you guys pin a list of these locals to the team page? Matt, we'll do that. We'll on our Highlander team, we'll put all the locals that we plan on going to, so that you guys know. Let's see here.
Is that Rich Hobson?
Yeah, that was old Rich.
Good old Rich.
Glad you're alive, Rich.
Been
a long time, buddy. Let's see. Chris is just reminding everybody that you can vote once per day for OCR Buddy, per address, per email address. So we can do that. Let's see what else we got here. Thar Terrifier guy was awesome in the woods. Oh yeah, he's talking about yeah, that was great. Folks, also, if you guys have ideas, please send those via Facebook or email us. If you want to see a different kind of obstacle, or if you have an idea, send us the idea, send us a drawing. You know, if we can put it together, we will. Matt will take a look at it, and then if we have the resources, we'll do that. If you have ideas on medals, you know, send those to me and I'll take a look at it. We haven't got medal designs yet. So if you got something you think would be really cool for this year, you just let us know. We're almost getting to that point where we got to start looking into those things. We also might flirt around with the idea of having like a first responder hero heat team competition, something along the lines of top 3 times per team would be put together to see who would win that team competition. So that's just an idea. You know, worst case scenario, we throw that into Dark Ages and go from there. So
hey Chad, I think that's a fantastic idea. If some of our followers could come up with an idea for a medal, and you know, we come out and we draw it up and we go from there, you know, because medals, everybody loves a medal. Everybody loves a good medal.
Yeah. Yep.
So if a lot of our followers, and we have a lot, if they're interested and they have something in mind or somebody in mind that they want to remember, let's say, or whatever, you know, give us your ideas. We're always open.
Speaking of cool stuff, we're bringing back race timing chips, and we're bringing back Al.
Nice segue there, Chad. Nice segue.
He came out of retirement just to help us locals out. So you'll see him at like Abominable, Frontline, us. He's going to come back, help us out. So with timing, what we're going to do is we'll kind of go back to that old format where everybody in the Highlander Assault heats that are 3 or more miles, so it wouldn't include Family Frenzy, that, you know, that'll just be some timing clocks out. But for Highlander itself, everybody will get a timing chip. That way you can, you know, have an accurate time so you can keep track for the next time that you race, and try to beat yourself. The elite heats will definitely use the timing chips for the competitive heats, so that we can have the most accurate times for the winners. We'll do that for Dark Ages as well. We'll have to think about Haunted. If we get the numbers for Haunted, then, you know, by all means, we'll do that. Being a newer event, obviously the numbers are a little lower. So once we get those numbers boosted up, you know, we can do timing. So if we can get, I would say if we can get 350 to 400 at Haunted, we could probably do timing. If we can get Highlander up, you know, closer to 800 to 1,000, what we'll do is we can start breaking those times down to age group. I know a lot of people have asked about age groups in the past. So if you want to see age groups, get your friends out to run, because it's going to be based on how many racers that we have. Obviously, just being honest with you, we don't make money on these races. Everything goes back into the events.
We definitely don't.
Yeah. It's one of those business models where you put, you know, $1,000 in to make -10. So
We need to get a few Jewish lads involved with the business.
whoa.
Because we're lacking here. No, seriously, we need to start making money, lads. So anyway, we do need to work on that, but we do appreciate that. We don't? All right. Okay.
We'll be having an HR meeting after this live broadcast.
I've got a couple of Jewish friends that I work with in Northbrook, and they'd be more than happy to help us, you know.
Okay.
So,
all right.
there you go.
Jeez.
Great bunch of lads.
So Rich says he likes the AI design for a medal, the AI ones that we threw up there. Maybe, you know, maybe we'll throw those out. That might be cool. Just something different.
Or maybe those AIs as shirts.
Yeah, we could do that. Put those on the shirts and just make that the 2025 shirt. But yeah, totally get the numbers up. Bring your families out. Volunteers as well. Trish will need as many volunteers as possible, especially if we do start to get more numbers.
Definitely.
Again, if you volunteer, you do get free races out of the deal. So maybe we'll come up with something else to spice up the volunteer game to get more people out. That being said, I think that's pretty much. Oh, you know what I forgot too? You guys have seen our photos over the last few years. They've all been pretty darn good, but I love John Kelly's photos. He was our original photographer, and
fantastic, John Kelly.
Yeah, he just gets the angles. So we bit the bullet. We're gonna go ahead and bring him back and pay a little more to get that high quality action shot. So John Kelly's group's gonna be back. So that Highlander that you guys know and love is back. It's gonna be better than ever. 2025 will be the best Highlander Assault year that you've seen. We're looking forward to it. Probably going to have a couple new obstacles out there, and hopefully we can get some new rigging. So we'll see how it goes. Again, that all depends on how many racers we get. So,
are we still? Do we get that sponsor? Blue Chew apparently are going to sponsor us too. Are they?
Who?
Blue Chew.
Oh, I don't watch late night news.
No, but I think you're right in saying that, though, because we do need to get a lot more sponsors. So
right.
A lot of the people that follow us on this, if you're interested in getting involved with this, there's a big community out there that are very interested, and we've got a wonderful community. And I think if anybody's interested in getting involved, whether it's sponsoring or getting involved just on the ground level, just jump in. You know, get in there. You know. We've had so many people that have been, you know, reaching out to us. How do we get involved? What do we do? Chad, you just mentioned we got the guy coming back doing the timing chip. I mean, he can't leave. The guy wanted to leave. He wanted to retire. He can't leave this sort of thing, you know. And a lot of people are they're stuck in this game, you know, and they love it. So we got to really push that forward. So if anybody wants to get into the sponsorship, that come see me, reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to give you some information. And we get your name out there. We get some banners. We get you on the website. So there's so many opportunities, and we'll get your name out there. We'll get your slogan out there. We're very interested trying to promote ourselves, obviously, but you know, promote you too.
Yeah, and that being said, Matt, that's a good thought process. Is make me think. Also, if you're involved in your town or city and you run parades or festivals, and you're looking for people to come out and promote their businesses. Highlander Assault is, we had talked about coming out and having ourselves out at the festivals and things like that. So if you guys are part of that and you want to reach out to us, you can email me at chad@highlanderassault.com, leave a message on Facebook, or even if you're at, ASR or one of the other events that we're at, come by and talk to us and, give us the info and we'll be glad to look at it. So we're looking at getting into some of these festivals, some of these parades, things like that. So if you want us, let us know. We'd be glad to come out.
Hey, Chad, how did you get into OCR?
I have always been into sports, and
really,
yes, like badminton and
Darn.
so I got a mean backhand. Yeah, no, I had played football and stuff in college and started to play, dabbled with soccer and then flag football and things like that when I got out and got married, just trying to stay active. And my wife's friend's husband wanted to do a Tough Mudder in Nashville, Tennessee. So he invited me down and I ran that and kind of fell in love with that first one, and then started running them. And then I ran into Bill Wolf, the Abominable Snow Race owner. Started running some with him. We put ASR together and then Highlander after that. So, so I ever since the first one, it's one of those things like you either hate it or you love it. And when you love it, you just keep doing it. So
lovely. And speaking of sports, how's your fella? Because I know you're a young fella. He plays sports too. He's into football. Young Emmett, doing well.
Oh yeah, both the kids are.
Does he enjoy that? Has he taken that on from his father, or is he just sticking strictly to football or baseball? Or do you think?
No, he does football. His main sport's track, so he's focused on that. But he does like to come out and run the races. This year he wants to come out and help you build, so he said he'd come out and help. And then
so
Ella
I guess
always has loved it.
I guess what I'm getting at is there's an opportunity for everybody, whether you're sporty or not, or your family, and you want to get your kids involved. You may not want to do the obstacles, and that's fine. And what Highlander, and I've tried, and I think I'm going to get this in the end, is we're going to do a lot more trail runs. We're going to do a lot more hikes, do a lot more long-term hikes, whether it's, an all-night hike, a 24-hour hike. We're going to do things like that. Highlander are expanding. So watch this space. It's not just going to be your 26 miles or your 8 mile or your 4 mile. Highlander Assault is going to move with the times, and we're going to give the people what they want, and we have that opportunity. And whether your kids love to do whatever type of sport it is, there's going to be something for everybody, I think, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I would love, eventually I'd like to do a short track OCR too. The ones where it's like 100 yards of just straight up rigs and things like that. And you do heats. So I think that'd be cool.
Jason could speak to that. You went out to California. You were there. Ryan did something similar.
Yeah. Me and Ryan did the 100-meter run. There was like 3 rigs and a couple walls. But yeah, I want to say it wasn't a long run, but it's like 45 seconds and you're done.
Is that something you think that we could bring out here and people would like, or do you think that's just a California thing, or what?
No, I think people would enjoy it, especially if you put it like in the village area and everybody can hang out there and watch everybody.
Just like a bang, get it done, and we could all time it or whatever, and we could have our own separate event. And
I thought that, or we move a quasi village over to the motocross. Doc has all those bleachers that he can wheel out, put the bleachers out there, and then have the food trucks and all that. But I mean, just an idea.
There's so many opportunities, and that's the thing. Stick with us, people. That's what we're asking. Stick with us. Support your local OCR. And if you can support your local OCR, they will give you more options, and you'll enjoy yourself. And that's just where it is. That's where it's at.
Right. And then again, if you guys have any other questions before we take off here, go ahead and shoot, and we'd be glad. If you got ideas on future race events you want to see, I really would love to do an off-road triathlon where we got a swim, a trail run,
Yeah.
and a mountain bike. I think that'd be awesome too.
I'd
So,
love that. I'd love that. And there's my old buddy Annette Viveros. She's saying hikes.
there you
So
go.
there's a market out there for people that want to hike. I love doing Mammoth March. I never stopped talking about the time I did it in Wisconsin with Danny O'Shea. And myself and Danny, we did, I think it was about 15, maybe 20 miles. And it was the best time. And we just walked and walked and walked. And more poignant than anything, that we just had time just to have a bit of crack and a bit of a laugh. And we walked, and it was a good time. And I think if we can offer people that, we don't have to have it in McHenry. We can bring Highlander to Florida. We can bring Highlander to Wisconsin. We can bring it anywhere. But all we want to know is the people that follow us, what do you want?
Right. And then when we go to Florida and Wisconsin, you can help me do all the tax nightmare paperwork.
Nah, you're good. You can take care of that. I'm good. Yeah, I can't even count.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what calculators are for.
So, any
right,
more
guys.
comments here? What have we got? That AI design was sweet. I would be a slow one. Oh, hikes. We haven't got a lot of people online tonight. I guess it's a bit late.
Well, we're right after New Year. Some people are still off, or they're all grumpy because they had to go back to work. So I get it. They'll watch it later. Not a big deal. But folks, that's we just wanted to fill you in. 2025 is rolling. Don't worry about not seeing the Dark Ages or Haunted up just yet. We want to make sure they're perfectly set up before we post. We'll try to get those out as soon as possible. And then we're going to try to get you some more footage, more videos, lives, things like that, just to keep you guys updated on everything. We're going to make Jim do one a day and then go from there.
Chad, do you want to throw out the season pass that's available?
Oh, good call. I just had
Jason Finnegan.
There you go. That's an owner right there.
Yeah,
I just had two people just signed up today for the season pass. So this year's season pass is going to be it's $10 cheaper than last year, but that's because instead of Haunted being included, 12 days is included. So it's going to be an entry to Highlander Assault, an entry to the Family Frenzy, an entry to Dark Ages, and then 12 days of Christmas. So you're for $150, you're getting like $250, $300 worth of races. So those are limited. If you go on to our website, go to at the top, you'll see Highlander Shop. If you click on there, you have the opportunity to purchase the season pass, and then we email you the pass. It's a virtual pass with a code on it for you. And then also, if you got somebody that's an OCR runner or you want someone to come run with you, and their birthday is coming up, there's gift cards on there as well. So
lovely.
If you want to just buy them a gift card so that they can pick whatever race they want to do, that's on there as well. So those things, and then there's also gear and stuff like that. If you want to throw that in with that too, you can purchase those things. So I highly recommend the season pass if you want to save money. And it doesn't matter when you use it. So if you want to wait until 2 weeks out to purchase it, you've already paid for the race. So it doesn't matter that the prices are going up.
Paid for.
It's already paid for. So you don't even have to worry about that. So we highly recommend you get the season pass. Again, it's limited. So we only have 50 of those. So the first 50 get them. And then after that, you got to pay the regular prices. The codes will be a little bit different this year. It's not going to be a code every week. So it'll be just special occasions. So, if you see a code pop up, we highly suggest you use it because you may not see that discount again. It's just kind of the price of doing business. We will have 3 price increases this year. The first one will be February 1st. So you have another month before Highlander goes up. And then we'll have 3 for Dark Ages, but I'll get those dates out when those go up again once we get Dark Ages going. So
lovely.
All right. That being said, we will go ahead and let you guys get back to your wonderful 2025, and we will see you hopefully all very soon.
Happy New